Hey, you see how much that meat drew up on that bone? Good morning. Wait. Yup. Yup. That boy good. That boy real good. Hey, it's Monday. I'm gonna go to this pool. Give me a few laps in. I don't know how long I'm gonna swim today. I'm gonna swim till it don't feel good no more. At least 8 hours. Then I'm gonna come home and get this grass cut. Hey, I've been trying to get my life organized, y'all. It's funny, I feel like I done spent this whole year getting organized. Actually, I feel like I've been spending much longer than that trying to get organized. Oh my goodness. But this is the first time I've ever lived somewhere and didn't have plans of getting up and leaving. So I'm just now starting to get organized. Like, I've been in this house for 4 years and all I've been doing is just getting up, getting dressed, and getting out. I mean, I've been doing my regular work and fixing stuff if I need to, but I haven't tried to get comfortable in this house yet. And I feel like that's just a feeling of being in the military. Like, it's just setting into me that I'm not going nowhere. I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling like this is it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm finally getting things in order, and it's a shock because I've never had this kind of order as an adult. Let's just say that. Since I've left the military, I've been having to figure out my own organization and my own, I don't know, habits. And it's a little bit different because, like, once again, I feel like I have nobody to gauge what I'm doing off of. Nobody around me that's on the same course or path that I'm on. One thing that I noticed that feels different about being out the military is, when I was in the military, I had people that I could like see where they are or where they came from or where they're going, and I could gauge what I was doing off of that. Now it's kind of like everything I do is gauged just off of how I feel about what I'm doing. It's a little weird. But I don't think that most people are going to understand what I'm saying unless you were in the military and you're out. I don't know. Let me get to this pool, y'all. I got some thinking to do, and the water's the best place to think. It's the first day of school in my area, so I'm starting to see buses and stuff. This is going to be interesting because I know it's not going to be busy like normal because a lot of people ain't sending their kids back to school. I mean, me and my wife decided we're not sending our kids back to school for the first semester. We're going to wait and see how everything plays out. And I mean, we both pretty much got a good schedule where we can work with the kids. So that's what we're going to do. I've been setting up the house. Part of my organization is setting up an area in the house where they can like get up and go somewhere like they're going to school, but it's still gonna be just a room in the house. So I've been trying to get that set up, and it's been part of my getting things in order process. First day of school for the boys. There's Miles. There's Major. How y'all enjoying school so far? Well, you up early, so you're at school right now. You already made your commute. You done been to the school bus? You done got to school? Did y'all eat breakfast yet? No? But there they have it. First day of school. Empty pool. Alright, so I just did a video yesterday. Finished it, posted it about this thing and how great it was. So today I was in the water. Did I did about a 30-minute workout, but I checked my progress at 16 minutes. And I went back to swimming, and it didn't record anything after 16 minutes. So I still ain't figured this thing out as good as I want to. Hey, this junk is frustrating, y'all. I just knew I was about to record a good 30-minute workout and go over 1,000 yards for the first time with this thing. And here it is. I probably did another 15 minutes, and it didn't record any of the 15 minutes after where I checked my progress. So let's get out this pool. Let me do my stretches right quick. Hey, so I'm about to cut the grass, and I wanted to show something. I got these mounds of dirt coming up in the flower beds, and I just learned something. I think these are voles that are digging up, and basically they're eating my flowers and plants and stuff. But I think they're voles. And a vole is basically just a field mouse. They dig underground so that they're not seen by birds of prey in the air. And so they're really tearing up. And I didn't know, I thought they were moles because I saw these little areas, but I think what I'm dealing with is voles. VOLES, because I got a lot of them and they're tearing up big time in my yard. I really never cared before, but if they're like mice, then snakes will come for them. And I really just want to keep the snakes and stuff away. And they eat everything. I mean, they tear up a lot of stuff. I'm about to get to cutting this grass, and I just want to show from how tall the grass is. I'm only cutting once a week on Mondays, but what I decided to do is when grass is tall like this on Mondays, I decided to cut twice. So this is what the grass looks like before I cut. You can already see the lines in them. I'm thinking I might put a different set of lines in today. It's early morning, we're gonna cut twice. Not quite what I expected from the wildflower bed at this time of year. I mean, we got a couple flowers growing in it, looks pretty good. But I thought it would be more flowers at this time. Mainly, I think what's in there now is like cosmos and stuff. Cut twice. That junk turned out to look good. So last week I did my pest control around my yard and in my house, and this time I did my weed control, lawn weed control. I'm trying a new product. This is what I put down. Now all I do is I put 6 ounces, a little bit more than 6 ounces of this. It's actually 6.4 ounces, I believe. I go a little bit overboard. So I probably put about 7 ounces of this in 4 gallons of water. Use the backpack sprayer, let's just say 7 ounces in a 4-ounce backpack, but I also put my indoor, outdoor. Everything I do, I always put this in. So I finally went through a whole bottle of this, but basically I put it down that much. I know that's a little bit excessive. It's kind of one of those things. It's like everything that I do requires pest control, and I'm not gonna spray my whole yard with pest control every time I come out. But normally somebody will come out once a quarter. And what I'm saying is I'm spot spraying my yard, not spraying my complete yard. So basically what I did is I put those in my backpack sprayer, and then I come out and I just look for areas that have weeds in my yard. Now, I do this rarely, not always. So I'm gonna look for some areas where I know I always see weeds, and I got an area like this right here. So I just sprayed this today, and we're gonna come back and see how long before this starts to die, or if it even starts to kill it. Now I'm using a new product, so it's basically, I'm seeing how this works for the first time. I got a feeling it's gonna do good. Most products seem to have the same ingredients in it, so I think it's gonna do the same as everything else. I wanna make my yard look as good as possible, but I wanna do it with as little cost as possible. Now, I understand when you do little cost, it means it's gonna be more work for you. But how I look at it is, it's not work for me. I look at it as an activity I enjoy doing, as well as a workout. So what I did is I came out and I spot sprayed my yard. Now what I mean by spot spray is I walk around. Actually, what I always do is I walk the perimeter first. And I do that because I wanna separate my yard from, just the weeds in my yard. So if you look, you'll see coming down my yard where his weeds are starting to creep back into my yard. Like now they're starting to creep back in. So I sprayed those. If you look over this way, you won't see any weeds. So that means that this weed is creeping from his yard into my yard. And all I do is I spray a perimeter to keep that weed back. And if you look, it's pretty much a good border. This side over here is my yard, this side over here. And if you look, it's just to keep a little bit of a border. So actually that's called, I think, Creeping Charlie, if I'm not mistaken. So it's gonna just keep trying to creep into my yard. But what I do is I spot spray. See how you can see all the clover? And then you look over here, and that's what I mean. When I do my weed control, you can see a clear difference in where my yard is and where theirs is. You see how weeds over here, no weeds over here. And that's what I mean when I say it works. Look, the Creeping Charlie stops as soon as it gets into my yard. It works. And all I do is spot spray. Look, right here. And then look over in my yard. and see areas like this where they're coming up. I hit that, hopefully I hit this. And what I'm saying is, I don't do anything special. If a weed doesn't catch my attention, I'm not bothered by it. It's the ones that catch my attention that I'm focused on. And so it doesn't take me a whole lot of work to do, because I'm saying I just walk through my yard until I don't feel like walking through my yard anymore. I filled up my backpack sprayer one time, 4 gallons, and I made 4 gallons cover every area of my yard that I wanted to cover. Now it says that 2 gallons will cover 500 square feet. So what I basically did was I took a little over 33,000 square feet and I used 1 backpack sprayer to cover the whole thing. When I was tired of covering areas, or I felt like I hit everything that I wanted to hit, then I just walked through the yard just to discharge the rest of the tank into the grass. I think I might have walked off a gallon, maybe. Probably used 3 gallons to do what I wanted to do. And I say I do that probably once a month. And if I come out and I see a lot of weeds, basically, whenever weeds catch my attention, that's when I do this. And today I was cutting the grass and the weeds caught my attention. I knew it was time to come out and do something about it. And in about a week, I'm gonna look at it again and hopefully everything will be gone. That's basically how I do my weed control in my yard. And I'll show you what I'm trying to do to get more organized. Hey, y'all like these new specs I found? Yeah, make me feel all like a professor. What I'm about to do, I'm gonna take y'all in here and show y'all. I'm trying to get a calendar set up. So for next year, when I start doing videos in my yard and stuff, I'm gonna try and be doing them with a little bit more organization to them, where I have a plan of attack so y'all can actually see me do some of the work. I can get good footage of me doing the work. I like making these videos. It's getting harder now that my computer's broke. My battery's split and separated. It's getting harder now that I'm changing the man cave around, but I'm trying to come up with a good method of shooting videos, making them entertaining, but still living and enjoying life at the same time. And it's getting hard because life just keep coming no matter what we do. But let me get out of here. Oh, no, I'm gonna take y'all in and show y'all that book right quick. But let me clean this stuff up first and then I'll take y'all in and show y'all that. All right, hold 1 second. So I told y'all I'm trying to get organized. I got this little area under the steps where I keep all my maintenance items and things that I need. My pest control items. I keep my batteries, trash bags, things of that nature, my zip ties for tying up my wires and stuff. But basically I'm trying to get used to using a schedule. And so like keeping things on schedule so that I know, 1, it should make it easier for me making my videos. And 2, it should make it easier for me to keep track of what I'm doing around the yard, what I'm doing around the house, different projects that I have. Like this is my major projects list, which I got a lot of things that I'm working on. I'm trying to get things organized, and while I'm organizing them, I'm trying my best to keep making videos. I got me a little key lock box so I can keep like the 4-wheeler keys and the lawnmower keys and stuff like that. Things that I didn't have a place for them. But this is the process of me trying to get organized, and I'm gonna show y'all things as I get there, but y'all gotta forgive me because I'm a little embarrassed that I ain't been organizing all this time. So I'm trying to get there. If you got any helpful tips, hey, send them my way, because your boy needs to get some order in his life, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I just did the lawn weeds today. I cut the grass today. Hey, so I thought this was cool too. So I'm gonna put these up on the wall in the man cave. Basically, this is where I was born and where I retired to. This is where I met my wife in Florida. This is where my oldest son was born in Germany. This is where my youngest son was born in New Mexico. So this is gonna be basically what's up on the wall. I just need to figure out which way I wanna lay them out on the wall. Do I want them to go across, or do I want them to go down like this? I think I'm gonna line them up down like this. But I thought that was pretty cool. Something that I actually saved everywhere that I've been. Now I finally got a place to put them, in the man cave. I done had them boys cooking all day. Look how they done sucked up on the bone.